Hey girl, in episode 234, I want to bring you some hope for your healing journey. This one is going to be simple, a little bit different from what I normally record here, but I want you to stop waiting for your life to start because it is happening, sis, whether you want it to or not. So I hope today's message gives you some hope for when your healing feels nearly impossible. Let's do this. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey Nichol, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. Hey girl, welcome back to the show. I'm Lindsey Nichol, and if you're listening to this, then I have a feeling you might be in one of those places right now where life's feeling a little messy. It's a little hard. And I want you to know something before we even get started with the show today. You are not broken, friend. You are not behind, and you are definitely not alone in feeling like life is happening all around you while you are struggling in this secret with food and your body. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that's been on my heart lately, and that is the reality that so many of us wait for our feelings to dictate our actions and to truly tell us, based upon our feelings, how we're going to live our lives before we actually start living our lives. But what if I told you that you can start making life happen right now, right where you are with exactly what you have, even if you're feeling like you're in the quicksand, going down fast, or in the messy middle? Oprah Winfrey says it best when she promotes the brand of this very brand in her quote, "Living your best life is your most important journey in life." Here's what I know to be true, and maybe you can relate to this. There's the part of you that has dreams. There's this part of you, girl, that knows that you were meant for so much more than spending your days consumed around thoughts about body image and about food and what you ate yesterday and what you're going to eat tomorrow. There's this part of you that wants to show up fully in all of your relationships, to pursue those dreams that you haven't yet conquered, to travel or to laugh without calculating calories or grams or steps, but to wake up and think about literally anything else beside your body. But then there's this other voice inside of you that says, not yet, not until you're smaller, not until you have this whole eating thing figured out, not until you've recovered, and just kind of lives in this place of back and forth and indecisiveness. There's that part of you too. And sister, I'm here to tell you that that voice is keeping you so alone. It is keeping you so alone on your own island, held captive by the pirates. I have a client right now, and I'm not going to share her name just for confidentiality reasons, but I do want to share her words with you because you might be exactly where she is, and it might be what you need to hear. So she told me last week, "Lindsey, I keep thinking I need to wait until I'm recovered enough or ready enough to start living life, to apply for that new role, to book that trip with my girlfriends. But I'm realizing that waiting for a perfect future is just another way that the eating disorder is controlling me." This woman, let me tell you, girl, she is doing the work. She's 4 steps forward, though, and 2 steps back, and then 4 steps forward, and then 2 steps backwards. Does this sound familiar to you? So why I wanted to share this is because she had this breakthrough that where she is in her journey, it isn't about waiting until she's ready to live or becoming so good without these thoughts in her mind anymore that she's ready to move forward with things that matter. It's that whole black and white. It's that whole being good versus being bad thinking that we must get rid of, because recovering is the process of learning to live. It is the journey. It's just raising your hand and committing to no longer doing this alone or no longer allowing yourself to sit in denial. Sis, here's the truth. If you found me on Google or you found my show on Apple Podcast or wherever you found this podcast, you only found me not by coincidence, but because in your heart of hearts, you know you're struggling. And if you haven't reached out for support, now's the time. Today is your day. I want you to consume all the things right here in the show, but I want you to learn today from this show that you can raise your hand no matter where you are in your journey. You don't have to sit there and be alone in this mess. And you also don't have to sit there and pretend like what you're dealing with is not a problem. Can I be real with you for a second? Your eating disorder wants you to wait. She wants you to wait. Then you'll believe that you need to be fixed. You need to become worthy, or you need to do something better before you take action, before pursuing those dreams on your heart, before you're allowed to take up space, before you're permitted to actually want things that you want. But here's the thing, you don't need permission. This is your life. We have to stop asking for permission, whether that's permission for food, permission to grow, permission to try a new hobby, permission to rest. Here's what I've learned in my own recovery and watching hundreds of women walk this path and walking it alongside them. Life doesn't pause when you're trying to figure it out. Life doesn't pause while you're trying to figure out your relationship with food. Your dreams, they don't go on hold. Your purpose doesn't wait. And your body, well, this is the real raw truth. It's only getting older, girl. Not that older is wrong. Not that older is bad. Don't take that comment to mean that. But how much more time do you plan to waste? And more importantly, living your life, pursuing your dreams, pursuing something that's on your heart, whether that is giving back to your community or, I don't know, showing up for the people in your immediate circle, like your kids or your husband. Maybe it's writing a book or fundraising for your school's PTA. Showing up authentically. These are the actual parts of you that make your recovery. And it's not just about your recovery. It's not something that you do just after recovery. These are all things that you can pursue while you're in this journey. So if you're in this place where everything's just feeling a little muddy right now and everything is feeling a little impossible, I want to give you 3 things that you can take away from this show to start making life happen instead of waiting for it. Number 1, name one dream that you've put on hold. I want you to get honest about one thing, just one, that you've been telling yourself you'll do when you're better, or when you feel better, or when you have more energy, or when your kids get older, or when summer is over. Sis, summer is over. You're only going to have more energy if you nourish your body. Your kids are getting older by the day, and it's time to stop putting it off. Maybe it's applying for a new job or taking a dance class. Maybe it's calling that friend you've been avoiding because you're ashamed of where you are. Maybe it's forgiving somebody that you love or helping out at church. Maybe it is going on a date with your husband, or maybe it's getting really real with yourself and reaching out for support because you know you can't do this by yourself any longer. Whatever it is, write it down. Don't analyze it. Don't judge it. Just name it. Put the name on paper. Number 2, take a small possible step. This is important. Not the biggest step, not the perfect step, the smallest step. If it's that job, maybe today you just look at a job posting. If it's that dance class, maybe you just find the studio's website and you promise to nourish yourself with a healthy meal before you go. If it's a friend that you need to call, maybe you just think about what you want to say. But the eating disorder wants you to think that it has to be all or nothing. Recovery is built on tiny, imperfect actions that you take consistently. That is it in a nutshell. Your life's journey is also built on tiny, imperfect actions that you take consistently. Number 3, I want you to remind yourself that you are living your recovery. You are living your journey. This is a mindset shift that changes everything. It did for me. Instead of I'm scared to choose this, or I'm waiting to recover, or I am waiting to do this thing till I have the proper finances to contribute to my health, or whatever it is that you're waiting on, I want you to flip this. I am living my recovery now. I'm giving myself permission to heal now, because every time you choose connection over isolation, or every time you pursue something that lights you up inside instead of restricting, every time you show up imperfectly, that is recovery. Friend, that's life, and it's not perfect. It is messy. So I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that this process is linear or that it's easy. Some days you're going to feel like complete crap. Some days you're going to feel like you're moving backwards. And some days you're going to still hate your body. And some days the thoughts are going to still be there. And they might even get louder. And the behaviors, they're going to feel so tempting. But what I am telling you is this. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until those days are gone to start living in them. You don't have to have it all figured out to start taking a step forward. Your eating disorder is not who you are. She doesn't get the whole story of your life. She's not even the most interesting part of your story. But you're never going to know what the rest of your story looks like if you keep waiting for permission to start writing it. So here's what I want you to remember as you go about your week. You are allowed to want things. Yes, you're allowed to dream. You are allowed to pursue. You are allowed to have a purpose, even especially in the middle of healing. Your life is happening right now. Not when you're thinner, not when you're better, not when you're bigger, not when you're perfect, right now. And if you're struggling today, if this feels too hard, if you're in that 2 steps back place, I see you. I've been there. And I want you to know that struggling doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're human. And it means that you have courage and you're about to do something really brave. That's the difference. You do not have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep showing up. Put in the reps. Before I go today, I want you to try these 3 things that I mentioned. Name a dream. Name something that you haven't started. Take a small step towards it. And then remind yourself that you are living your recovery right now. Right now. And if you need more support on this journey, and if you're tired of walking this lonely path alone, because I know how that can feel, please reach out to me. I would love to help support you and get you on my calendar so that we can connect and just chat, get to know each other, see if we're a great fit together. And then I can share with you the services that we provide here at Her Best Self Co. You can head on over to www.herbestself.co. You can fill out a client application. There's a bunch of stuff out there on the website. Feel free to go out there and give it a look. You do not have to do this by yourself. And until next time, remember that your life is waiting for you, not the other way around. Bye for now, beautiful. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.